Welcome back to another video. My name is Joe Rinaldi, and today I'm going to share with you 5 simple steps to move towards success. Now, success looks different for every single person. Success by nature is subjective. We get to define what that means to us. For me, success means becoming the best version of who I can be. It means fulfilling my potential, while also lifting others up along the way, making the world a better place in everything that I do. Now, no matter what your definition of success is, I believe that the 5 concepts in this video apply to you and can be implemented right away. And with that being said, let's get to the first thing that you can do to move towards success. And again, these concepts are in no particular order. So the first thing that you can do is to be authentic. Now, that is easier said than done, but being authentic is important because you can't fulfill your full potential if you are not being who you are. Right? We sometimes sacrifice who we could be for what we think we should be. And that's to waste the gift. That is to leave potential on the table. And people resonate with people who are authentic, who are vulnerable, who are open, who are honest, who are real. That is an attractive quality, but the barrier to get there is a big one for most people because, to put it simply, we are afraid of what other people think of us. And that's a barrier that we need to overcome if we want to be successful in any area of life, to be authentic, to be who we could be, who only we could be. Now, the second thing I have on my list is to be interested. Now, this concept comes from a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's an amazing book. When I first heard the title and began to read it, I thought, this feels a little bit like I'm trying to manipulate people. But the more I read the book, the more I understood the concepts, the more I realized that being a good person, genuinely caring about other people, being interested in other people is important because those things are impactful within themselves. For example, if you are having a conversation with somebody and you ask them a question that you are genuinely interested in hearing the answer to, and you sit there and you listen and you ask follow-up questions, that person gets to talk about themselves. We like to talk about ourselves. That makes people feel good. It makes people feel heard and seen and valued. And by being interested over being interesting, we can help lift other people up. We can create new connections and create impact through that. So I like to view every person as a story that I've never heard, a book that I've never read, a movie that I've never seen. And that lens allows me to be genuinely interested in other people. And in my opinion, that is required to be successful. Now, the third thing I've got on my list is to be persistent. One of my favorite quotes ever is from James Watkins, who said, "A river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence." Persistence is such an important quality for anybody who wants to be successful over a long period of time. In order to compound effort, we need to show up over and over and over again, and we need to be patient. However, being patient does not mean being passive. Being patient means understanding that there's a lag time between our effort and the desired outcome. And sometimes the desired outcome never actually gets here. And we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with the fact that the process is the reward. The work is the reward because it's in the work, in the process, in the journey that we become the person that we are destined to be, that we can be. We get to fulfill our potential in the process. And being persistent is so important because too many people give up too soon. And in my opinion, the only true failure is if we quit. The only true failure is if we stop pursuing the things that are important to us. So being persistent is imperative for success in anything for anyone because great things take time. Next, be encouraging. The world is full of darkness. There are a lot of terrible things that go on in the world. If you watch the news at all, you understand that. It's easy to feel down, discouraged, frustrated, angry, upset. Nobody has ever suffered from too much encouragement. That's not a thing, right? People can always use encouragement. And I think that by encouraging others, we allow people to believe in themselves, maybe more than they believe in themselves in that moment. We get to lend out confidence to other people, whether it's a genuine compliment, a kind word, an encouraging message to somebody. We can be a light for other people. And when we encourage other people, we often feel encouraged ourselves, and feeling encouraged is required for endurance. And that goes back to the previous point on persistence. You need to have persistence. You need to be persistent in order to have endurance, in order to run the long race, in order to compound consistent effort over time and achieve great things. Last, be on time. Now, that phrase might be a bit too simple for the concept I'm about to discuss, but time is the most valuable asset that any of us have. Time is something that we never get back. It's fleeting. We never know when it's going to end. For us, time is a valuable resource. And with that being said, when we value and respect other people's time, we earn their trust. Consistent people are trustworthy. When we show up on time, when we deliver work on time, when we communicate promptly and clearly, people value that. People want to interact and be around people who are consistent, who respect their time, and who deliver. And they don't have to worry whether or not that person's going to show up, whether or not the work is going to be there when they said it was going to be there. People value people who match actions with words. And to me, that means valuing other people's time, valuing our own time, and using time effectively and efficiently. So be on time. The last thing I'll say is that there are many paths to success. And again, success can look different to every single person in this world. Don't let the idea of perfection paralyze you from starting. These 5 concepts are simple. They're simple because they are effective. You don't have to overcomplicate them. Start little by little and understand that little by little, little becomes a lot. I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes of all time from Maya Angelou, who once said, "People may not remember what you said. They might not remember what you did, but they will always remember how you made them feel. If nothing else, go out and make people feel good. Lift others up as you pursue your full potential, the best version of who only you can be, the authentic version of yourself." I hope that this message was encouraging. I hope that this video was somewhat entertaining. I appreciate you sticking with me through this one take. I'll be back soon with some more content. And in the meantime, if you have any thoughts, drop them in the comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend. I appreciate you more than you know, and I'll see you next time.